Okay, the digestive system has many different organs, but the main ones are the mouth, throat, esophagus, stomach, small intestine, colon, which is basically the large intestine, rectum, and anus. The digestive system starts in the mouth, where food is chewed up by the teeth so that it can be easily digested by the body. Then, the food, before going down the esophagus, or going down the throat, the food mixes with saliva so that it can be, which actually starts the digestive process so that it can be more easily absorbed by the body. Okay, after the mouth, the food goes to the throat, which is also known as the pharynx. From the pharynx, the food travels to the esophagus. Pause. Okay. The esophagus is a muscular tube that extends from the throat. The main job of the esophagus is to deliver food from the throat to the stomach. Although right before the food reaches the stomach, it reaches a zone of high pressure called the esophageal sphincter, which is basically a valve meant to keep food in the stomach and not let it travel back up the esophagus. Alright, the stomach is a sac-like organ with muscular walls. The main job of the stomach is to hold food and expose it to strong acids and enzymes which break down the food. When the food leaves the stomach, it's roughly the consistency of like a paste or gel. After it leaves the stomach, it moves to the small intestine. Okay, the small intestine is made up of 3 segments: the duodenum, the jejunum, and the ileum. The small intestine uses bile and strong enzymes to continue the digestive process, with most of that happening in the duodenum, while the jejunum and the ileum are mainly responsible for the absorption of nutrients of food and other stuff into the bloodstream. Okay, there are 3 important organs that help to aid the small intestine during the digestive process: the pancreas, the liver, and the gallbladder. The pancreas creates strong enzymes which help to break down protein, fat, and other carbohydrates. The liver produces bile, which helps to purify and cleanse the blood. And the gallbladder, which helps to store bile, also aids in the digestive process. After these 3 organs have done their jobs, what is left of the food that you ate and any remaining liquid then moves to the colon, or the large intestine. Okay, the colon is a 6-foot-long tube that extends from the cecum to the rectum. A stool, which is basically leftover food and debris from the small intestine, enters the colon at more or less a liquid state. By the time it exits, it's in a hard state due to the fact that the colon absorbs most of the water. The other job of the colon is that it also helps synthesize various vitamins and get rid of harmful bacteria that might cause harm. The rectum, which is Latin for straight, is an 8-inch tube that connects the colon to the anus. When anything comes into the rectum, sensors send a message to the brain. The brain then decides if the contents can be released or not. If they can, sphincters, which are muscles, relax, and the rectum contracts, expelling the contents. If the contents cannot be expelled, then the sphincters contract and the rectum accommodates so that the feeling temporarily goes away. The anus is the last part of the digestive system. It consists of the pelvic floor muscle and 2 anal sphincters, the internal and the external. The lining of the upper anus is designed to tell us what type of contents we have, whether it's liquid, gas, or solid. The pelvic floor muscle creates an angle between the rectum and the anus that stops stool from coming out when it's not supposed to. The anal sphincters also have an important role. The internal sphincter helps us not go to the bathroom when we are asleep, while the external sphincter helps us go to the bathroom when we are awake. Shout out to my brother who helped me film this. I wouldn't have been able to do it without him. Gabriella, say hi.
Wait, no, don't.